There are cultural expectations and traditions you are expected to heed anywhere you travel, and Italy may have even more rules than usual. When it comes to dining, behavior in public, and transportation in the city, it helps to do research to ensure you have a smooth and enjoyable visit to the city. Curious about how much to tip? Hoping to avoid making faux pas? Watch on to discover things you should avoid doing on a trip to Rome. Don't do this in Rome. Here are our tips on the 12 don'ts in Rome. Follow these suggestions and you will enjoy a perfect time in Rome. Number 1. No reservation. This is our most important advice. Most sites you cannot visit without reservation. St. Peter's Basilica, the Colosseum, the Vatican Museums, and the Sistine Chapel are among the most visited attractions in the world. You need a reservation for all museums. In the high season, reservations at many museums are sold out weeks in advance. The Colosseum and the Vatican Museums are particularly popular. You have to load your tickets on your mobile phone because many museums no longer accept paper tickets. St. Peter's admission is free, but there are almost always long queues at the security check. Unfortunately, there is currently no way to bypass the queues. Without a reservation, you risk to see the sights only from the outside. A spontaneous visit is not possible, and you always have to reserve in advance. Number 2. On foot without plan. One of the biggest mistakes many tourists make is to cover most of Rome routes on foot. The reasons are manifold. You don't know the bus connections, the public transport is not reliable, and in the city center, many monuments can be reached only on foot. The center of Rome is not very big. Nevertheless, many miles come together in the course of the day if you run haphazardly through Rome. To make sure that does not happen to you, read about the main public transport lines in Rome. The sites within the city walls can be reached very well with the hop-on, hop-off buses. Number 3. Dress code. Do not wear beach clothes in the city. When visiting religious sites and the catacombs, shoulders and knees must be covered. Provide adequate sun protection with a hat or umbrella. Do not drape yourself with jewelry and photo equipment, and do not make visible when your documents and valuables are. Wear good footwear and no high heels if you do not want to give an acrobatic insert on the Roman stone pavement. Number 4. Snack vans. Do not buy beverages, sandwiches, or ice creams at the snack vans, which are around the tourist attractions. The drinks are overpriced and the ice cream is an industrial product. You can fill your water bottles at the numerous drinking water fountains in the city. For eating and for sandwiches, you will find enough places. And for the ice, we advise you to visit a good ice cream parlor. Number 5. Double espresso. Don't order a double espresso. The coffee is strong enough and the people around you will react with incomprehension. In Rome, you simply order a cafe or espresso, or a latte macchiato, a glass of warm water with an espresso in it, or a cappuccino. After lunch, you don't drink a cappuccino in Rome, but a cafe. The idea of finishing a good meal with a large milk coffee fills the Romans with horror. Number 6. Restaurants for tourists. Restaurants which expose plastic samples of their dishes are not necessarily a good recommendation. If there are many locals or priests in the restaurant, this is usually a sign of quality. The tables at the large squares are also expensive. At the Piazza Navona or at the Pantheon, a cafe at the table can sometimes cost €5 or more. At the bar, it costs around €1. Be sure to check the price list before ordering anything. Number 7. Photograph. You're not allowed to photograph a military or police from near. You should not overly take photos of infrastructures such as airports, train stations, or metro stations. You may also be prohibited from photographing with a tripod. At the Colosseum or the Castle San Angelo, one often encounters showmen dressed up as gladiators. They charge a high price and it often comes to dispute. If you want to take a picture with them, make sure you agree the price of the photo in advance. Frequently, tourists want to photograph monuments and squares from above and use drones to do so. Unfortunately, this is not possible. The drones are confiscated and there is a criminal complaint. Number 8. Don't allow to be approached by strangers. In Rome, there are many street hawkers. Some come directly to you to offer their goods. They stretch out their hands and ask where you came from. Just keep going and ignore them. Another trick is supposed students inviting you to a signature collection. Once you become involved, you will be asked for a donation, and in the worst case, your purse will disappear. Number 9. Don't overtip. Waiters and bartenders in Italy generally make normal salaries, so consumers aren't expected to chip in to help cover their wages. A cover charge or coperto is often included in the bill as well and covers the table bread that is readily supplied to the table and charged whether or not you consume it. Tipping is not based on a precise calculation, but it usually is rounded up and estimated depending on price, a number of people in the party, and level of service. A 46 euro meal could be rounded up to 50 euros, while a 120 euro meal could be rounded up to 130 euros. But there are no hard and fast rules about the amount. Number 10. Don't expect customer service to be 100%. A common complaint from American travelers to Italy is that the customer service is often substandard. For a number of cultural reasons, including lower wages and mobility, as well as the importance of leisure and time over productivity, customer service is not held in the same regard in Italy as it is in more commercially minded countries. It is not taught to new employees with the same rigor as one would receive during work training in the United States, and Italian customers and consumers are expected to fight for whatever they want. Number 11. Don't be shy. In that vein, don't be afraid to ask for what you want or express your dissatisfaction. Italians are very communicative and expressive with their desires. If a waiter brings you the wrong dish, let him know. If you see a line forming, don't be afraid to ask for clarification on what's happening or imposing yourself. Don't dilly-dally at the back of the line. Assert yourself politely but firmly. Number 12. Don't feel rushed. Italy is a land that prioritizes leisure, whether it is long summer weeks spent at the beach or a Sunday lunch with family. Don't feel rushed to finish your meal and get on with your day. At many restaurants, you can still order one course at a time, and waiters will rarely present you with a bill until you ask. It's not negligence, it just speaks to the slower pace of life in the country. Unless the restaurant is packed and hosts multiple seatings, you'll be allowed to linger for as long as you like. We hope your visit to Rome is a good one. Stay cautious and do subscribe to the channel for more do's and don'ts of visiting countries around the world. See you in the next one.